tuned in to I Am King, the structure of a black man's journey, where we talk all things black men. But as I said before, and many, many other times, any man can get the valuable information that will help assist him in his journey. So, on that note, let's go ahead and get it in. Yo, what's up, man? We back at you
What it
again.
do?
We back at you again. What up, folk? Hope everybody doing good out here. Hope all the brothers, man, making them power moves. You know, keeping it simple, but keeping it very effective. You know how we do. What's up, M-Dog? E-Dog, M-Dog.
Just riding around, looking out the window and such.
You know how we do.
Know.
Where you at, man? Where you at? Let the people know where you're touching through on.
Man, I'm finna go down. I'm finna go to California.
Oh,
man.
Cali?
AZ.
I'm going back to Cali.
I'm in Flagstaff, riding up
Cali.
that 4-zip.
I'm going back to Cali. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm going back to Cali. Cali. I'm going back to Cali. I don't think so. That's the shit, ain't it?
Hey, that song still go hard.
50 years hip hop.
Let's touch on, are you in a toxic relationship?
Are you in a toxic relationship?
Are you in a toxic relationship?
Well, you know what? We have touched down on similar issues. And guess what? We're going to keep on touching down on it because, it's a hot topic. It's important. A lot of people, man, you see a lot of shit that's going on in the media, just in your private life or somebody you might know. Man, it's problems in all relationships. I don't know a relationship or a union is perfect. Is it a such thing as something being perfect when it comes down to relationships?
No, but I believe that there's a lot of relationships that are harmonious.
Yeah. Well, that's different,
but
harmony.
harmony.
I agree with you. But man, it's like you wake up in the morning and you see lilies and roses, and you see the hummingbirds fly every day, 360 days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we just don't live in a world like that. Is what I'm saying. So
it's gonna be challenging.
Exactly. So relationships are challenging. Relationships are something that you definitely have to put effort in, right? You just can't wake up out the bed and just go about your life. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? You have to put work into that union in order for it to succeed. You have to. Just like how you go to work and you bust your ass because you want that promotion, right? You want to go to work and you want to display your whatever to that job. You want them bosses to look at you, be like, yeah, look at him. He on this shit. It's time for a raise. It's time for you. That's like relationships, man. You have to work and constantly work at it if you want it to become better. You have to learn how to change things around, man, for that relationship to be refreshed. You feel me? You make love to your woman. Do you make love to your woman the same exact way every time? What you think gonna happen after the 30th time? You feel me? She gonna be like, well, baby, come on now. I love you and everything, but dang, doggy style? That's all you like? So what I'm saying, people, you have to be able to put something in that to refresh it and to make it, you know what I'm saying, more beautiful than the last day. You know what I'm saying? It takes work. It takes work.
Yes, sir. No doubt. A lot of work. A lot more work than people really look forward to. In today's time, we could date. We could say, well, I don't like the way her hair swings to the left. But she could say, well, I don't like the way, his shoes fit on him. back in the day, man, nobody sweated the small stuff. Now everything's so easy. You could just serial date. You could just, and I touched on this before a little bit, but you could just kind of move around how you want to and feel. Nobody wants to work through anything. As soon as you don't like something, I'm out. I'm done. That's it. Even though the foundational things might be solid, you just so quick to go on. But anyway, back to the lecture at hand. The whole toxic thing. How do you know? Well, let's touch on this first. Let's touch on the Steve Harvey thing. Since, that's the number one simping.
That's the hot topic.
Of the world.
That's the hot topic on social media.
Hot topic,
That's the trending
right. And,
topic.
Just the trending topic. And we ain't really one for gossip, so we're going to touch real
No,
light.
you know what?
Only on the port.
I'm sorry, brother, to cut you off. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah. It just, we just gonna give a little surface, connection on that because, I don't dislike Steve.
I do.
I just dislike some of his. I dislike some of his ways, as far as how he handled things with women, and then I don't like the whole celebrity know-it-all syndrome. Just like the thing with Monique that time. A young brother was struggling with homosexuality. He calls in her show and she give him some expert advice on what God said. No, you're an actress. You're a comedian. Please, you're not qualified. You're not a psychotherapist. Not a psychiatrist. Definitely ain't no pastor or preacher or evangelist or whatever. You could have said, son, I'm gonna pray for you. I don't really know the root cause of this and that or whatever. God loves you. Da da da. And that should have been real simple and plain. She want to go into what God think about it and all of this false stuff and give him a false sense of what really the answer should have been because she was out of her lane. He does that a lot. He touches on, he's an expert in marriage, the expert judge, the expert talk show, he's the expert at this, the expert at that. And I'm like, dude, you got you going on your third failed marriage, bro. Like, sometimes it's best to be quiet and do that old song. Show and tell, that's the game we play when I want to say. Sometimes you got to show and tell. You tell after you show. Improve yourself.
Hey, man, he comes kind of humble when you listen to him on the morning show, right? On the morning radio show. He talks humble. But I don't believe he's actual. I don't believe the words coming out of his mouth. It sounds good. So this is my perspective on Steve Harvey. I don't like him. But do he say some truth? Yeah, at times, yes. But I don't like him personally. I don't know him personally. I don't like him personally. Even if I did know him, I probably wouldn't like him. Because I just think, man, he puts people down in a certain way, right? Where he he has a lot of questionable, dealings in his life, right? So who makes him the king of man and makes his word bond on what he say? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about him. I don't think he's humble.
They say his wife. They say Marjorie done been out there creeping around corners with Big Boom and the chef while he doing the show.
God.
And I'm like, man.
Two guys?
Like karma.
Two guys?
Sound like karma creeping around in a drop top.
Hold on. She creeping with two guys?
That's allegedly.
Oh,
that's
God. So Big Boom piping her down and the other dude is feeding her good.
Here, eat some of this.
Here, take this pipe. Here, shut up. Yeah, you like this. You like a street. You know what? Hey, Mars like she's into, everybody knows, if you're not familiar with her, particular type of guys she's into, Steve Harvey would be not the one. His money, his pockets, in my opinion, is what that's about with her. Because
Steve Harvey worth $400 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of bread, bro. I thought it was 2. No, it's 4. Like his assets and everything he owned and his bread is at $500 million, bro. And this sucker, he gave her kids his last name. Even if she got caught cheating, she might get some on that side of the game.
Wow.
Like when he dies, I don't know. She ain't gonna get no alimony or nothing like that because infidelity crosses out all bread. Okay, when they caught you, get caught on infidelity, you get nothing. Okay, but I do know that.
Okay, where are they at? Do they live in is they in California or are they in Atlanta area?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Because I know California, man, got a whole nother different system when it comes out to that divorce and all that shit.
Yeah, California's like its own country.
Exactly.
They don't care what you done. They get it, want to give her some money. You know, they don't care what she done. She could have went out and sucked off Obama. It don't matter. She gonna get some bread.
Well,
you feel me?
Yeah, well, it sound like, man, it sound like Big Boom laying the boom on her. That nigga laying the boom on her.
You know that old song.
Look. Let's protect ourselves. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Big Boom laying the pipe. Allegedly. To Marjorie.
Yeah,
allegedly. What's the cook?
We gonna see.
He laying the omelets down. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
She eat, then she get and some beef. She put beef in the omelet. Yeah, she spice it up. Put a little Cajun, whatever in it, man. Some peppers and shit. Spice it up.
Put on this spice.
Yeah, cause Steve Harvey, old brickhead ass.
So toxic. Listen, there's all different forms of toxic. There's all. I did a study on it today. Dog. It was very deep. It was short, about 9 minutes long.
Okay.
But it was very, very touching. I mean, bro, I seen some things in there, and I was like, man, I can't believe I went from dishing that out to receiving that later on in life.
Ain't that crazy how life works?
Touch on, bro, I'm talking about, bro, some of it was down to the letter, down to the wire, and it's so easy to get caught up in, and then you become like addicted to being with a toxic person. Like you run to them, like, ooh, abuse me, I love you. Oh yeah, give me some more of that. Talk to me crazy, disrespect, love. I love that shit. And you don't even know you're doing it.
Wow.
It's just like you fiending, and they know it.
Mm.
It's almost like pimping. It's like the same narcissistic, like abusive thing is. It's like it's sad when someone can't see how bad they're abusing you, and then they get mad when you bring it to their attention. There's a lot of women who go through that way more than men, but there are quite a few men that go through it. Like look at Christian Rock and Blueface. No, that's toxic to the 10th power.
Toxic.
He even told her, listen, the way our relationship works is that you do what the fuck I tell you to do, because I run the show, I'm the breadwinner, and what I say goes. And if you don't like it, you know the door is over there. That's what he said, how he said it. I said, damn, man, that's fucked up. You know, so it's, I'm going to stop cussing, man, but it's messed up, bro. It's messed up. Messed up. And
yeah,
so you look at Steve thing, you know, when you look at that, bro, and how they operate, everything is based on material goods. That's their God. What they do, what they wear, what they buy, that's what brings them joy. It's just, you know, and there's nothing wrong with having nice things. You got all that money, whatever. But man, if something ain't solid, it ain't gonna take but a hot whole box minute. Especially the kind of woman she is. She loves street food.
Mm.
That's her MO. Let's just keep it real. Steve is not a street food. He's a civilian.
No. Man, I don't know to feel sorry. I don't know to feel empathy for the dude, or I don't know to look at him as told you so. I got mixed feelings about this dude, man, because ain't this the dude that wrote the books and all it all this crap and thinking he the guru of relationships and the fact how he did, you know, his ex wives, especially uh his ex wife,
Mary.
the one before Marjorie.
Mary.
Right,
Mary.
that's Mary, how he really did hurt. So can you really look at him as being who he say he is? Or can we look at him on his actions? I'm looking at his actions, bro. And he can say all day who he think he is. I'm going off the actions, man. Yeah, we ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Hey, I got a lot of hang-ups. But when it comes down to moral standards, man, I just feel Steve Harvey lacks them. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sister said that to me earlier when I was talking to her about what did he do? What did he do? I said, sister, we're not talking about Steve right now. We're talking about Marjorie and what she does. Why is it that every time I ask you, I mention something that women do, you always got to refer back to the man? I said, why do you always do that? We already know men cheat. They cheat way more than women. But we talking about women right now. Why you got to go there? We'll get to that. Well, I'm just saying he probably did something. Maybe he did. We don't know. But the rumor is that she cheated. Can we keep it right there? But see, that's the first thing women do. You know what? That's why he got a white bitch, because this, and that. And that's why he failed, because he got a white girl. He got a white. And guess what? Soon as Eve and what's her name got her
Come on here, girl. You doing your thing.
Dude,
that's them feminists, bro.
Girl.
That's them feminists, man. And I'm going to tell you something. The feminists. Let me tell you something. It's funny, man, how the Caucasian women created this feminine movement, but then they hijacked black women, right, to join right along in their part. And black people are doing, black women, I said it, is doing an excellent job with following that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Can't no man, they feel they can speak upon men, and we can't speak upon women. But the crazy, ironic part about it is both of the shit be crazy, man. It's like y'all don't think logically, like you see what's going on and you feel like she's right, and you clearly see she's wrong. That says a lot, bro. That says a lot, man. That says a lot.
I mean, why are you focusing on what Steve might have done, could have done? He probably cheated on her first. And two women said, I said, listen, maybe he did. We don't know. But the rumor is right now is that his wife allegedly got caught up. If we ain't talking about what Steve, because one thing we know for sure and for certain is that Steve Harvey loved him some Marjorie.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Listen, I don't care what you say about that brother. He worship. I don't know what kind of voodoo box she got. I don't know what she did to that brother. Because you know what? In my opinion, Mary looked a little better than Marjorie.
Of course, man. In my opinion.
But I'm you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you like this here. I'm not saying Marjorie is an ugly woman or she's not, a nice looking woman. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it ain't just because of no looks. She's it for him. They had messed around a little bit way back in 1990 and then hooked up way later in 2007.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, man. But
they hooked back up years later, like 20-something years later, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what, 1990, 2007? Bruh. That's a long time. What was that, 17 years later? Wow. Like, that's a long time. So what I'm saying is, you figure 2000, that's 10 years. Yeah, so 17, almost 20 years later, they connected. So they've been knowing each other a long time. A long 30 years.
Well,
they've been knowing each other over 30
years. If my
years.
understanding, she was his fashion designer or whatever she did. Like, he got his gear together or whatever. That's when he was married to Mary, correct? and she just eased
Yeah.
right on in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Steve Harvey is an adulterer, yes, and that ain't no
Yeah.
allegedly. Those are facts. And
Yeah.
Marjorie is what you call that? A housebreak. What you call them women that
A, a harlot.
it,
A harlot.
yeah, she, you know
A
what I'm
harlot.
saying?
That's what the
Let's keep it
Bible
real.
calls them. A
She
harlot.
exactly. She broke up. She broke up a family because Steve Harvey
Right.
had a family before,
Right. And she knew that. And she knew
and
that.
she had no
She
problem
knew that.
with tearing that family apart to achieve what
She
she
knew
wanted to
that, bro.
achieve. So all
So
y'all that
listen,
talking all that crap about Marjorie this and she that, buying fucking bags that's $150,000 that look like an air. You just, I mean, you
it looked
spend
like an
money.
airplane.
Yeah, stupid, bruh. Stupid. And
Yeah.
I ain't trying to pocket watch. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's like spending $7 million on a car. Like, come on, bro. I just my thing is this, man. Do what you want to with your bread. That's your business. But some things are just idiotic. Don't make no sense. I'm a type of person, man. I believe in giving. I'm a giver. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you can help a lot of people when you got that kind of bread, other than buy $150,000 person. Like I said, do what you want to do. But I'll be helping a whole lot of people if I had that kind of money, man. Like a lot of people would be eating. But like anyway, like this here, man. The whole back to the toxic thing. So I was listening to this thing. It's called Psych to Go, and on there it was talking about toxicity and the things to look for in a narcissist and an abuser.
okay,
And one of the things is a key thing when you know somebody is abusing you or whatever is that you're telling them something that hurts you and they continue to do it. And you continue to hang out and allow them to do that to you because you think that there's something that you could do to change that person and to make them stop doing what they're doing.
interesting.
And so it starts to affect you psychologically to where you don't like doing the normal things that people do anymore. You become withdrawn. You become numb to the point to where you might not. You used to go shoot hoop, but now you really don't. You used to lift weights, but now you really don't. You watch TV shows, you get bored quickly. Nothing really excites you anymore because you're so consumed by that relationship, and you keep going back thinking there's something else you could do to change it,
Basically,
to
basically
change that
make
person.
it basically having you feel like it's something that's more on your
You
doing.
do.
Wow,
Exactly. It
wow.
start and listen, and then they say even they argue with you like you could be talking to your friend about something. It's easy to talk to them about, but you got to walk on eggshells when you're talking to them about it. That's how you know that they're controlling.
Wow.
Okay. Then y'all argue. They argue with you about the most smallest. They take a little small argument and then turn it around on you, even though they know it's them that does it.
Wow.
They know it. They know it's them.
So what's the statistics, man, on relationships like this? I'm sure it got to be in the millions and millions.
Well, I would go to say an average of 20 to 30% of all relationships has a person in that relationship, man or woman, that's toxic. And see, when you look at just like I was watching this Nino Brown thing, and it
Shout
was
out to
talking
Nino
video. It
Brown.
was
Shout
talking
out to
about
Nino Brown.
yeah, yeah. Shout out, Nino. Maybe one day you'll have us on your show or something. But one episode he was talking about these rappers, especially like Glorilla and all of these toxic rappers, especially these females, making your little girl be a hoe and toxic and all of that stuff, trying to con your children into being all of this, like that baby, whatever, sexy baby or whatever her name is, sexy red, and she talking about how she been burned a couple times and she'd give you a disease, all this shit. Now I'm like, what is she the go raw queen and like, bro, the stuff that they are saying is straight demonic, bro. It's evil. And it's like, man, you talking about toxic. That brings in a whole nother level. Imagine being a young man, you square, 17, right? And you get your first piece of tail, okay, your first piece of box, which is you shouldn't really be doing, should be wait till you get married, but you know how that is. But you get your first piece. And as soon as you get it, the girl done burnt you up and gave you claps and gave you gonorrhea and gave you whatever, okay? Or even worse, syphilis or something, okay? And you got to deal with that, how that would make you feel. Some little guys will go over there and clap her up with the 9. Or smack her up with the Mac 10, one of them little thug dudes that don't know what to do with their feelings
Yep.
because they ain't never had no
Yep.
man in their life. They'll go over there and shoot up that whole house, dumb bitch, and just kill her
Yep.
and be on the news. But it all started with her listening to that dumbass song. Feel me? That's toxic. Glorilla telling the girls, be toxic now, girl, while you young, because you ain't going to be able to do it later. What kind of stupid foolishness is that?
It is foolishness, man. But you know what?
Man, it's foolishness,
you know what's
bro.
more damaging than that? It's the women that vouch for that, bro. That's
exactly.
It's the women that vouch for it, man, bro. I don't think it's no age scale when it comes down to stupidity, bro. A lot of women vouch for that crazy shit. And that says a lot about American women. It says a lot, bruh, when they vouch for that craziness, man. I mean, come on, bruh. It's like, you know what? I mean, you know, ain't coming easy on the brothers, man, but we talk about brothers, man, from 35 to our age in their 50s, higher. If a couple of us, man, that do some dumb shit. But most of us, man, we ain't known that, bruh. We could look at some shit and say, nah, that ain't right. You feel me? We could examine it. And it don't take us obstacles to get right to it. Nah, man, that shit ain't right. We can say that. Women have a problem with saying it, but they are more toxic against each other, right? Personally, in their dealings, right? It's the weirdest situations with women. Women are so bitter towards each other, right? When it comes to certain things. Personally, where it's different from just a woman seeing some shit on the media and vouch for it, right? That's even more terrifying in itself. But what about these women that have personal relationships? You can look at Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop. It don't be the man on there causing the conflict most of the time. It be the women. It be the women causing the conflict amongst each other. So not only do y'all vouch for the right, they vouch for the stupidness with each other, then they fight with each other, right? And then they stand up for. It's the craziest dynamic I ever seen, dog. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, man, we either black or white. It's no gray, bruh. Bruh, you wrong or you're right. You feel me? We could call it just like that, straight down the line. You wrong, bruh, or you're right. Ain't no covering, shading, anything up. Women are the queens at doing that. They hold the heavyweight title when it comes down to that. They will, man, speak, and they will, man, you know what I'm saying? They condone this. They you know, they like the fuckery. They like that. They can't never call each other out. You feel me? I mean, and that's not me capping. That's facts. That's facts, man.
Yeah, that's true.
in these relationships,
That's true.
man, when it comes down to toxic, you know, situations and relationships, man, how many, this is what I want to ask you, man, because I know me and you do it, and the brothers that I talk to, how many sisters actually will pull that sister off to the side? It'd be like, girl, you need to stop. You doing your man like that, you know you wrong. You need to check yourself. How many women you think do that? I'm curious.
Uh, I think more than a few. You know what I'm saying? But see, the women like that, women who are stand up sisters and who are solid, they don't get limelight. They don't get praise. They don't get appreciated. They don't get valued. They're just marginalized.
No, cause
They're
they loners,
undervalued.
man. They long. Yeah,
Right.
I
You
do
know what I'm saying?
believe.
Those good sisters that stand up for their dude and stand up for their friend relationship and check their friend when they out of line with their husband or boyfriend. Them the chicks, man, nobody really talks about her because it's not it's not good publicity. It's not that's why you don't really see like you ever wonder what happened to Tavis Smiley and Cornell West, how they used to kick it in, good wholesome shows, man, like Donnie Simpson and Sherry and all of them. The reason why those shits fade out, Byron Allen show and all of that, even Arsenio Hall, they're not raunchy enough. They're not political enough. They're not whatever. They don't have drama. And whatever that's why Jerry Springer was on TV for 30 plus years before he passed away, is because he promoted drama. What's the other one that retired? Your
Maury.
boy, Maury. Them two guys had the longest running shows in TV hit talk show history.
Well, Maury had a little
Because they had,
integrity. He had a little integrity in his show, but
yeah, Maury had more
it
integrity.
still was based around drama. But guess what? His studio audience
Yeah.
was who? Mostly women.
Right.
Mostly women.
That's what it is. But it makes you wonder what happened to Sally Jesse Raphael, Donahue, uh, uh, what's her name? Ricky Lake, Montel Williams. You know why they kicked Montel Williams off after he had this show about the CIA selling cocaine. They hurry up, got rid of his ass. Okay, they hurry up, got rid of him. You feel me? They hurry up, got rid of him. So man, when you go back and you look at all of this stuff, what P Valley, all the Queen's Men, any kind of show or empire that promotes promiscuity, homosexuality, LGBTQ, or sexual immorality, drama, arguing, the division, any type of drama, insecurity, inferiority, rebellion, speaking unkindly against one another, anything that involves that wickedness, it seems like black women, they latch on to. I would love to see the itinerary of an Asian community and what comes on their shows. The so-called Jews, the Middle Easterners. I bet you in Dubai you can't turn on and see no show like P Valley. I could be wrong, but I bet your bottom dollar I'm not. They ain't gonna allow their women to watch that. Just like in Uganda and in Africa, in Kenya. You can't watch no shows and see two men kissing. They'll kill your ass. You know why? They said, no, we're not. Listen, if you gay, you gay. But we're not forcing that on our community. We're not condoning it. We're not whatever. Listen, man, I'm not trying to strike out against that. What I'm trying to tell you is this. There's an order in which life is operated. You're not born. Don't compare your situation to being born black. It's not the same.
Exactly.
It'll never be the same.
Exactly.
Not compare you. Don't compare y'all problems to civil rights. You don't even have a right to talk about civil rights unless you're a person of color or black specific. Okay? Don't talk to us about Oh, I'm the same like you. No,
No,
no, no,
you're
no,
not.
no, no. No, you're
And
not.
when they
Okay,
say
I'm
that,
not
and
cutting
when
for
they
you.
say
I'm
that, you
not
need to
cutting
be
for you on
weary.
that.
You need to be weary. And
Yeah,
then when
exactly.
you
Okay,
approach,
if you
and then when they come up and say, you know what, man, I got black friends. That you be weary of people like that too.
yeah,
Because
it's the
most
same thing.
genuine
Listen,
people, man,
when
they
you
not
blow
gonna
that
say
off,
that.
right? When you blow that off, just like the Jews. Listen, people can say whatever they want to. They can say whatever they want to about black people, niggas, whatever you want to call us. Say something about them. You can't even crack a joke. First thing they do, you're anti-Semitic. Listen, if I point some things out to you in the Bible about Ham, Japhet, Cush, and show you that those Hebrew Israelites were people of color, and you tell me something else because your feelings got hurt, is that being anti-Semitic or is that based in facts? I deal with facts. That's not putting you down. That's not saying you're less than me
Right,
or I'm better than
because you
you.
showing them
All I,
that because you showing it's black and they lineage. I don't understand it. Like you
right,
showing
yeah,
that
I'm showing you that you came from me. I didn't
is
come
it
from you.
right?
That's what I'm
So
showing you.
that's anti
Okay, that's nothing. That's
oh,
that's yeah, right, right, dog. That's a genetic fact. It's not me being anti-Semitic because I show you that your bloodline comes from me. I don't come from you. That's all it's doing. But then you say, oh, you anti-Semitic. No, I'm not anti-Semitic. You just don't want to hear that shit. That's all. You don't want to hear it. When that dude came for Norman, what's his name on the show, the Good Times and all that. He wrote that show, or he anti-Semitic. No, he wrote the show. He ain't anti-Semitic.
wow, wow.
So you know
But
that kind of stuff,
why?
bro.
But that's a smoke screen, man. You know how it go. But a lot of people fall for it. It's like it's no more free speech, bro. And I know, man. We ain't trying to take. Listen, we ain't all over the place, man. It just led down to this. But yeah, people, man, got these shields up, and I ain't gonna even say the group of people. We all know, and it's two groups of people mainly that does this. You can't say nothing about.
Right.
You can't speak your mind. You can't tell facts, truth, history. You can repeat something out of the history books, and it is deemed hateful. You know what I'm saying? It's deemed hateful, bro.
Yeah, you can't say nothing. And just like all of that stuff is toxic. But in a toxic relationship, bro, you can't talk about nothing without that other person getting offended and putting it back on you. If you point anything out to them, if you say anything to them, or the way they speak to you, it could be the way they speak to you, not what they're saying, but how they're
How they
saying
say
it.
the tone, the
I mean,
texture of the
hey,
words.
why
I
don't you
mean,
turn that TV down
right.
instead of saying, "Sweetheart, can you please turn that TV down? I'm trying to get some rest." Why don't you turn that TV down? All you do is watch TV with your fat ass. That's abusive, and that's toxic. Okay, that goes
Or
along.
asking a question with a question, or responding
Didn't I
to
tell
a
you to turn the TV
question,
down?
or responding to a question with a question. Smoke
Right,
screens. Hey,
right.
baby. Why?
Or when you confront them about it,
Right,
they can't possibly imagine that they did that.
right. Hey, baby.
They can't.
You
Uh,
did something the other day that I want to talk about. Well, you did the same thing.
ooh, ooh,
Baby.
yeah. Minimizing. That's called
Right.
minimizing.
Yeah. No. Well, it's
Minimizing.
smoke screening.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
Minimizing. Smoke
calculative,
screen.
dog.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
You did the same thing. You do me the same way.
Right. Hey, baby, I don't like the way that you did that. But you know what? You did the same thing a year ago.
Right.
Uh, I'm like, well, why didn't you bring it up a year ago? Why you bring it up
Right.
only in a response to why I'm asking you why you doing it. If I did something to you a year ago and you found it to be offensive or not to your liking, you bring it up, we handle it, we resolve it. Not you hold it in and you bring it up to make excuses because I ain't gonna allow you to do the shit to me. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
Duh. I ain't perfect. Hey, I might have did some shit that maybe I'm just not, conscious about, right? It ain't like I went out my way and
Right,
did it on purpose. Hey, I might have
right,
needed a little bit of correction. I had no problem with correction, bruh.
right.
I can receive it and I can give it. I'm a man. I'm gonna always get correction. Period. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather, bro. Always gonna give correction. And the way that I give it out, I can accept it. I can accept correction too. If the shoe fit, hey man, I got no problem wearing it. But I know with women, when you bring up something and you can be dead serious, you ain't trying to argue, you trying to figure out a way, man. It's like you tippy toeing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Into this conversation because perhaps it might go, a way that you don't want it to go. It happens all the time. Don't matter how gentle we can approach a situation. With a woman that's combative, man, she's going to always turn it around. She's going to turn it
Mm,
back on you. Every
mm,
time.
mm.
Every time, bruh. And that is toxic in itself. That's toxic in itself. But see, this is the question, man. I think we want to get the viewers, How do we overcome a toxic relationship? Other than, which is the right thing if it continues, is to leave that relationship. That would be the logic. You know me, I'm a logical thinker. The logical way to think is to leave it. But you also have to think logical in this way. Sometimes it ain't easy to leave a relationship when there's finances involved, children involved, and everything under the sun. You feel me? You have to be calculative. You have to calculate your losses and you have to figure these things out in your head before you make moves like that. You feel me? So everybody, man, is not able, and I want to suggest just the first sign of trouble is to bust up. But I will tell you, in the worst case scenario, even with counseling, if things continue, I will tell you to cut your losses, deal with the aftermath, and bust up. That's the logical way to do it. Because who want to spend a lifetime, man, in a toxic situation? But then you have to ask yourself, really, you leave one toxic situation to go to another toxic situation.
That's the thing. The thing about it is, bro, is that we have to realize is this. What is the situation? Are y'all, if you're in a relationship and you're fighting with someone, okay, and y'all are trying to get better, y'all getting counseled, whatever, that's one thing. If you're in a situation where the other person haven't even acknowledged that they are toxic, that they are abusing you, that they haven't come to that realization. That's a problem. Because even going into counseling, what are they really doing? Like, what's their MO? What are they really? Just like going into treatment, you can send somebody to alcohol and drug treatment, but why are they going? Because they're going to lose their job, or they're going to lose their husband or wife. They're going to lose their kid because they had the baby and the baby's in protective custody, child custody, until they go to treatment. You know, are they doing it just for that? Like, what are they doing it for? You know what I'm saying? You got to first acknowledge that you have a problem in order to heal and get better for that problem. You have to acknowledge that, man, I did do that person like that. I was abusive to them by not listening and minimizing and talking over them and talking above them and talking around them and talking at them instead of to them or with them. All those things have to be in consideration.
Go back, brother.
Say, man, I
Go.
have it.
Hold on. Go back, brother. When you said talking over, I want you to get more deeper into that because I mean, bro, this is an ongoing situation with these women,
You
man.
know, like remember when I was telling you about, you know, that
Hold on. Repeat that. You cut up a little bit. Repeat that again, brother.
part, and that man,
Hold on. Repeat what you just said. You cut off a little bit.
I said, if you talking to your husband or your wife,
Right.
and they're saying, "Are you done yet? Are you finished? Or you done?" Or they start saying, "Wait, let me just say this." They ain't even let you finish. They're not interested in your heart.
Wow.
They're not interested in what you have to say. What they're trying to do is pacify you so you will shut up. That's all. They're not interested. If they're not dead quiet, or they're not saying, I understand, you know, and their voice has a tone of a matter of fact, or nah, that ain't the way it is. If someone tells you, if you tell someone, "Hey Harry, I don't like when you call me a bitch when you get mad," and he say, "Man, see you understand it," and he got that kind of attitude, he don't care that he called you that. If you tell a woman, "Don't call me no punk ass nigga when you get," and you tell her, "Baby, don't do that," and she like, "Well, you need to," and she got that smart mouth, she don't really respect your heart. Those are the things where you say, "Listen, we need to go to counseling." If they say anything but yes, that's when you run. That's when you run. That's when you say, "No, I can understand. You know, sometimes financially you might not be able to bust up or whatever." Tell that person, "Listen, man." And some people are in such violent, dire situations where they can't tell the person that they're leaving. That abusive person might can't handle that you're leaving, that you're done with them. They might can't handle it.
Oh well, we
They
see
might say,
we see
not,
what happens when we see on social media and the news what happens in
feel me?
situations
And then
like
some
that.
people can say to be so desperate that they can't, when they're dealing with you and only you, they just get stuck and they don't know how to move. And they need a third party to get them to look in that mirror and say, "Listen, you do these things. You're going to change, or you're going to be by yourself." Not only to that person, but nobody's going to deal with you if this is how you do in the midst of an argument. That you got to be right, that you got to have the last word, that you got to do this, that you got to put them down, that you got to talk over them. You're being toxic. I've done it, and I've had it done to me, and I realized that, and I make forward. Listen, bro, if you can't never see yourself, you're gonna be alone. If you can never admit when you're wrong, you're gonna be alone. If you always think you know everything, you're gonna be alone. If you always bashing somebody for their imperfections, you're toxic, you're gonna be alone.
I
Nobody's
agree.
gonna go for that.
I agree.
Only a very insecure, and I don't want no woman, man, that's super needy emotionally, because it drags me down. I met a sister, she was sweet as pie, but she has a chemical imbalance to where she's super sensitive to every thought. There's no way I could deal with that. I have to have a woman that has some kind of wherewithal that she can pour into my cup sometime. A man be out here tired. I got my own issues. I got my own insecurities, my own inferiorities that I got to battle. The last thing I need to do is come off the road and have to deal with a woman who doesn't make me feel, or not even make me feel, that doesn't support me or uplift me, or is not on my team solid 100%.
Cause she's just like she's just not mentally able to do it. She's
Yeah, she not
emotional
meant.
drain. She emotional. She's not there for you.
Right,
Because she can't even control her own emotions, man.
right.
Which
So
hey
that
man, therapy is the
you
answer for
can't
the
do it.
for situations like that, right? Uh,
Right.
but man, like, how? My question is like, how can a brother say that a brother is committed to a relationship? Like, I had this aunt, man. Rest in peace to my beautiful aunt, man. Uh, Deborah, man, and she always told me, man. Um, this is before I got married, and it. I asked her. Well, she made a statement to me, and it went in the air, man, and it collected right there in between. You know what I'm saying? My big old dome. I you know, I understood what she said, man, and you know, but man, did I actually listen? I understood what she said, but I can say that I didn't listen. And this is what she said. I told her before I got married. She said, "Look, nephew, if the good outweighs the bad, it's a go. But if the bad outweighs the good, it's a no. And the bad outweighed the good in that union, and I still let
Right.
it go. And you see where it ended up. A no. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it, bro. I dig it.
That's me not knowing. I knew better, but I chose to do what Andre wanted to do. I didn't use my logic thinking. I let something emotional drive me, man. A man can't go off emotions, man. It's good to have emotions in certain areas when you're dealing when you're dealing with your kids and things like that, right? But when it comes to making decisions, man, that will affect your life, I think you basically have to take the emotion part out of it and think of it on a logical basis. It's gonna get you
Right.
way farther, bruh. And I let my emotional being drive me into that marriage
Right.
because the good did not outweigh the bad, bruh.
Right
And
on.
I would tell anybody that in any relationship, any marriage, any reunion, boyfriend and girlfriend, however, if the good outweighs the bad, yeah, it can be worked on, but just not the opposite. No, life is too short, man. Life is too short.
It is. It is. It is. And you know what? That's that's my whole point. Life is so short, bro. How long it, are you supposed to make somebody suffer? How long, if somebody offended you, how long do you make the payback? If it's that bad, you need to leave that person alone. If you can't forget him, how long is a couple supposed to fight for something that's long lost or whatever? How long? How long is you supposed to try to put that thing back together? How long are you supposed to let your man or your woman talk to you crazy before you say, you know what, I gotta go. I gotta go. It's and the answer is not long, because the more you do it, it's not gonna get better unless y'all seek serious help. And if that other person is not excited about that, or they don't even acknowledge that they're doing that to you, then it's probably best that you move around. And it's gonna hurt you probably more than them, because remember, you are the abused. You're the one who likes trauma bonding. That's what they called it in the video. Trauma bonding. That you bond with people who cause you trauma.
Mm.
You bond. It's just
That's
listen.
deep, man.
It's
That's
like an
deep.
addiction. It's like a dog. It's like a drug.
That's
You wonder
deep,
why?
man.
You asked me one time, why would a person keep running to a drug that they know is destroying them? Trauma bonding. I never could tell you that word, but because I didn't know. But I learned today about it. It's trauma bonding, and then after that stage is another stage called PSD or
Okay.
PSTD or whatever it's
What
called.
is that?
That's like it's like a traumatic syndrome. So your brain starts craving drama, stress, anxiety, and turmoil, and that's trauma bonding. And then the PSD or PSD, whatever they call it, PTSD is post traumatic syndrome, right? So so your mind starts recalling those things, and then you start acting negatively. How? Jumping in the bottle, jumping on the dope, jumping in the bed with people, trying to heal yourself from that traumatic situation.
Hmm.
Or you start looking for a relationship where you start bonding with people, talk to you, and treat you crazy. You start
Wow.
bonding with people like that, and then you just keep seeking out. You keep chasing that. You ever wonder why a sister chase a dude that treat them like pure shit? Trauma bonding. Trauma
Wow.
bonding. They've got so accustomed to it that they can't help it. It's almost like a drug now. They don't a healthy relationship. They're just boo boo all on that dude. He ain't treat me. He ain't treat me like trash. I'm gonna get rid of him. Not intentionally, but they just, the other guy just snatch him up. Come on back over here, girl, so I can treat you like a piece of trash can.
Wow.
Come on back over here. And then they get bonded. He dick her down and talk to her crazy and get in her head. And then the nice guy, he done brought her flowers and took her out to 5-star restaurants and got hotels at the Four Seasons, Ritz Carlton, and took her to the Virgin Islands, took her on a boat ride and, a trip, cruise and stuff, did stuff for her she ain't never even been before. Rode her on a Harley and took her down to the lake and fished with her and patient with her, talked to her like a queen. As soon as that nigga called, bitch, where you been? I was just trying to find you. Get your ass back over here.
Wow.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if hey, bro, it gets that bad sometimes. He might
Unbelievable.
not call her that word. He might say, sweetheart, I'm sorry for I was talking to you. No, baby, I was just thinking I need to straighten up, man, because you don't deserve that. Would you please come back over here? You know we got a history together. I love you, girl. Da 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 da. She talking to her. She get wet just thinking of when you talking to her.
Wow.
As soon as he go over there, bust her down, she start crying because she really liked the other guy and she don't want to break his heart. So she just start backing up off of him a little bit. Why didn't you call me last night, sweet? I didn't hear from. Oh, I was with my girlfriends. We had a little bit too much wine.
Crazy,
And
man.
the dude start pulling her back. And then as soon as he get her back, bitch, didn't I tell you to get back in that kitchen and cook me something to eat? And he back to the same old ways. He conned her back. Toxic. Baby, you said you weren't going. Baby, I told you this. Are you raising your voice at me right now? Why are you raising your voice at me? You always do me like this, baby. You always raise. Now he reversing it. He becoming the victim. You
Interesting.
always do this to me. You know I'm stressed at work. That's why I talk to you like that. And now she feel bad, and she didn't even do nothing. Dog, trauma bond. He done turned the situation all the way around to where now he's the victim, and he the one who crushed her. Oh yeah, bro, that's that Jedi mind trick stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So are you
Mm-hmm.
telling me I'm abusive? So you telling me I'm abusive? I'm not really saying that. She want to tell him so bad. Hell yeah. But well, it's not that, baby. It's just that you get so angry in the way you say it. Girl, you know I be tripping because my boss be talking crazy, and my mom left me when I was 9, and then so he's still pulling off anything he can so he can keep her around and make himself feel like a big shot because he ruling and reigning all over that one. Or The woman doing the man like that. You know, I was raped when I was 10 and such and such and such. You know how you did me when we first got married. Owe me. Owe me. And then they just get used to doing it, and then you be sitting up there, and then they turn it. And listen, some people don't even try. What they'll say is, I'll be like, damn, man, you acting like a little bitch. Oh, so I'm a bitch now? No, but you acting like one. So I'm a bitch now. No, but you acting like one. So I'm a bitch now?
So, what would be the solutions, man, when it, like, because everybody don't have
like that.
everybody don't have the privilege to go seek a counseling. Counseling, man, costs money. A lot of people insurance ain't on par and everything. What would be your suggestion to if somebody find themselves in a toxic relationship, man, and they getting stressful, and the shit is really,
very,
man.
Very simple. Very simple. Very simple and free. Call YouTube.
Okay.
Call YouTube. YouTube has a rich abundance. If you want to learn how to tie your shoe or learn how to make an atom bomb, you can find it on YouTube. If you want to build a roof on your house or fix your mini bike you bought in 1980, it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's on there. If you want to learn about narcissism, toxic relationship, abusive relationship, what should you do? What should they do? What should you say? How do you need? What do you do to this? La 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 la. It's on there.
Well,
or you Google it, and it'll lead you to the YouTube video. It's on there.
And you know you're right about that because you know how I utilize YouTube. I use it as a learning tool.
Right.
People, is more than negativity on YouTube. It's a plethora of educational tools, whether it's history, relationships, parenting, gardening, music production, film editing, cooking, so on and so on. You find something that best fits your needs, and you look at it, and you don't stop looking at one video. You look at multiple and multiple and multiples of video. Because what you might learn from one, another video might not touch on that. So you want to educate yourself, man, and listen, because everybody has different perspectives on how to go about, a situation as, like being in a toxic relationship. When we load this video, this might be a learning tool for people that's out searching. You feel me? For ways to cope and shit. Hey man, we just building to the educational foundation. That's all we doing here. When we talk, man, we gonna always mostly give some type of solution, right? To the situation. And I will say this though, man. If you do find yourself in a toxic relationship, like you said, YouTube, Google, you feel me? You will find the proper documentation, right? To probably help you through that situation. But you have to have an open mind for comprehension, bruh. You feel me? Because, listen, man, you can't turn the elephant into a giraffe, bruh. You can't.
Nope.
You can't turn that man into something that he ain't gonna be. You cannot turn that woman into something she cannot be. You might try and you might put in work and you might put effort in for years. But listen, people, it comes to a point to where you have to ask yourself, what have I done in order to improve my circumstances, and what changes have I seen through my own eyes? And if they keep coming up short, you know what's the outcome. You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. Anybody, man, that seek love, and you know, when you're in a relationship, man, that means you're supposed to provide a caring situation to love another person. That's what you do in relationships. You don't get into relationships, man, to be selfish and ornery and just trifling. That's not the logical way to look at that. A relationship, man, you're supposed to become better when you become in a relationship with the right person. That is the only way I think you should look at it, man. If not, if you look at that person and you can't see yourself becoming better, and I'm not going to pinpoint what's better for you. It could be the most simplest thing. But it have to be a greater outcome. You don't get into a relationship, man, just to fall 10 steps back, man. That means your whole perspective on relationships and it's like cloudy. You get into relationships, and let's call it what it is. You're not going to get in a relationship with a person that cannot provide something for you. Whether it's money, which I don't, that's very important. But what about all the other things that's more, how should I say this? More important. I'm going to say it like that. Than money. Money is important, man, but what about the belief system? Whether that person believe in God or not, what's their future on, what's their perspective on education? How do they view life in general? Are they a caring person? Are they humble? Do they care for other people? These are some important things you have to look at what's in that person, right?
Right.
I might have a negative position on the way I view people sometimes, right?
Right.
I might be like, fuck them. They bad. That's my perspective. But then that better half, right? Remember what I said, better half comes in. She just, man, fills in the puzzle, dog. She gives me another way of looking at things. Well, hold on, baby. Mm-hmm. You looking at this person as, no. You need to look at them and check more into they before you make that decision on blah. You feel me? Giving me a thinking mechanism, man, in my brain to where I just don't go off just my shit, because I ain't always fucking right.
Right.
That's what relationships supposed to be. You're supposed to make each other better, man. Financial and the whole big pot, man. It's supposed to become better, man. You feel yourself, you dragging each other down, man, and when you start feeling like that, oh man, toxic have entered that relationship. You feel me?
Yeah, or that person. Some of the first warning signs of a person that's either broken or defensive is that everything when you start, even a comment, even a topic like we on now, is where they always got to bring the other section to the situation. If you talk to a sister and you talking about say, oh, well, Steve Harvey's wife might have cheated on him allegedly. Well, what did he do? Man, listen, run, run,
Right.
run,
Yeah,
run,
I agree.
run, dog. Listen.
I
You
agree.
could be friends with that person, but nothing more, nothing more. You could be an associate, not even friends, an associate. Okay, because that woman, she either been scarred severely, or she has a certain pattern of thinking that's never gonna be on the pattern of reality. Listen, we're not concerned about what he did right now. We're
And that's
not
what.
concerned. Listen, man.
That's funny how
Listen,
they
when
how they
somebody
can't
gets
separate
shot,
that. Ain't that
bro, when somebody gets shot and they arrive on the scene, they said, but they'll say, well, who shot you? Johnny. They don't say, well, what did Johnny do? Or what did you do to Johnny? They just say, who shot you? Right? They'll get to that later of why.
right?
They just want to know who did it.
A better situation example. Motherfucker had heart failure. He going to rush to the
Right.
emergency. They not gonna say, hey man, how many women you done fucked over? No, they gonna say this man. They gonna say this man, bro. If they can. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you fucked over Sue and Helen. You know what I'm saying? You ain't you don't desire to be saved. That's how these women look at life in general when it come to men. Especially the sisters against the black man. Yeah, I
Dog,
said it.
Can you imagine? Yeah, yeah. Hey, bro, that's an excellent point. And I'm gonna tell you something. Can you imagine if God did us the same way we did him, or the
Wow.
same way we do other people?
I don't
Can
think
you
nobody.
imagine
I
he
don't think nobody.
judged us?
I don't think nobody would exist.
It wouldn't be a living soul left, bro.
I,
You'd be struck dead. You'd be struck down dead if God dealt with you the way we deal with other people, bro. The
and I'm
way
gonna
we
tell you
judge
something.
and throw
And the
rocks
people that's
at
gonna
one
be
another,
left
bro.
are the people, man, that wholeheartedly gave every being of their soul to the Lord. And I have to
Yeah,
believe it's people out here like that exist. But it's not
yeah.
many. Those will be the ones left. The rest our ass, man, we would be gone. Let's keep it 100, dog. Let's keep it
Hey,
100,
listen,
man.
listen. Let me tell you something about God, bro. When we start doing right, is when we start falling in love with Jesus, bro. When you start falling in love with Jesus, it ain't no problem. People say it's so hard not to do this and that. It is when you're not in love with God. When you focus on all the distractions, it's very easy to sin. When you distracted, it's easy to sin. When you're not distracted and your focus is on Him, it becomes harder to sin. You start feeling bad about it. You start talking to yourself about it. You start talking to God about it. Man, I fucked up. Man, this and that. Lord, help me. You start dealing with that issue that you're struggling with because you've fallen in love with God. You got a relationship. When you don't have no relationship, it's just like some broad that you talk to. You don't care. She don't care that you banged Julie last night. She just want to see you. She don't care. Y'all don't have a relationship. It's just freestyle. It's whatever. She doing whatever. It's an open relationship. God is not like that. God is jealous. He ain't dealing with you if you serving the enemy. Listen, you know what fucks me up? I had a friend of mine, man, real close friend of mine. I don't talk to the brother no more because he be doing some weird shit. But he used to always say, man, people see me with this stuff, and this, I got many blessings, and, God this and God that. I said, why you always talk about God when it's convenient? Why you
Mm.
always bring him in the picture when your money right and when life is going good or whatever? I say, bro, you don't never talk about God in a sense of relationship. You don't never talk about him. I ain't never heard you listen to praise and worship or talk about anything concerning the Lord unless it's about something that you went and bought or got. That's how I know that that's some fake shit. But I ain't never really bust him out because that's not how you draw somebody to God. I just let him think what he think.
That's real talk,
But I
bro.
said, man, if you died, dog, do you think you gonna bust heaven wide open? You out here committing adultery on your wife and stunting and doing your thing and selling your shit. Well, do you honestly think that you gonna make it and you don't have no relationship with God? You out here selling poison to your people and stunting and being an adulterer? Do you? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm like, my nigga, oh, what you make you better than me? I never said that, bro. I'm a sinner just like you. The only difference between you and I is that I get on my face before God when when I sin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said that I have a godly repentance, that I'm moving towards the cross. You just looking at it. I'm moving towards it. That's the difference. That doesn't make me still better than you, but that still makes me have some type of godly sorrow and some type of justification in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Where you ain't never said, man, I sinned against God, bro. I feel bad. I ain't never heard you talk like that because you know what? You don't really know him. You just know about him. You know, it's convenient for you to say, look what God blessed me with. Nigga, that was the devil. That wasn't God.
Right.
Don't you know everything in this world belongs to the devil, bro? Don't you know that? That we live in a fallen world, that he's the ruler of principalities and darkness and things of the air and wickedness in
I
high
definitely
places, bro?
believe that. I definitely believe that.
You feel me? So what are you talking about? The Lord blessed me. People always talking about what the Lord blessed them with. Bro, if you was acting a plum fool when you was making $1,000 a week and you making 5,000 right now, do you think that's gonna change you for the better or for the worse?
Wow.
Are you gonna become more toxic or less toxic? Are you gonna smoke less crack or more crack?
That's
If
deep.
you don't deal with the problem, how you think God bless you with an extra $4,000 a week? Are you serious?
Correct.
He didn't do that.
Right.
He didn't do that. And I got news for you. He didn't do that. But you know what? That's called being deceived. Deceived, man, all of that goes together, bro. And I'm going to tell you how. You know how you know when you deceive is when you think something is, which is not.
Explain that. Explain that. Explain that.
I'm going to tell you, like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Okay. When you're in a toxic relationship and everybody around you knows how Johnny talks to you or LaQuisha talks to you, and they tell you, Andre, why you with her, man? She be calling you all kind of punk niggas. Man, when you went to the store, dog, she grabbed my dick. No, she didn't. Yes, she did, bro. When she went to the store, man, she grabbed my dick. No, she didn't. All right, bro. You know, 2 weeks later, your mans and shit, you catch them fucking. They been telling you your girl belonged to the streets. You ain't believe them, right? Until you saw it with your own eyes. You know why you refused to believe it? Because you were deceived into believing what she told you
Mm.
instead of reality.
Mm.
You was deceived. She deceived you. Andre, you know I would never do you like that, baby. Look how long we've been together. You know, I cook for you, I clean for you, baby. I do this for you and do that for you. How could you say that about me? And why would you think that? And da 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 da. And the whole time, bro, she on the phone with you. You on the road, nigga. She jacking your friend dick off. She riding his dick right then on it, right then.
God damn.
What's that voice I hear in the background? Boy, baby, that's the TV. I was watching porn thinking about you. My pussy was hot.
Mm-mm.
You deceived, bro. You are deceived. It's something somebody telling your son, man, your dad ain't shit, man. He ain't never been shit. Ain't never gonna be shit. Dog, you out here. You got 20 rental properties. You balling, but you be out of town a lot. You ain't see your son. He ain't talking to you because he think you a bum. You sending $1,200 over there a month. His mom spending your bread on another nigga. Your dad ain't shit. He ain't even send me child support. Look, we ain't got even nothing to eat. Your dad ain't shit. And then he finally see you. You in the Benz. You catch up with your son. You buy him a Benz or whatever. And he like, Dad, why mom say that about you? Because he was deceived, bro. You look good, Dad. You been taking care of yourself. You live in a nice house. Son, I've been had these things. But your mom never gave them to you. Because he deceived.
We are. Hey, I done
Sound
feel
familiar?
that.
Sound,
Hey,
sound familiar?
sound very familiar, bro.
Hmm. Okay then, my
That's
nigga.
real life,
You know
true
we
life
both
shit.
dog, you know we both been through some shit. I'm going through it
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely.
But that ain't nobody business. But I'm gonna tell you like this here, bro. One thing for sure, to all you listeners out here, and to you women and men that's doing your spouse or you using the kids and whatever, or you're not saying nothing to your kid, and your kid think your ex-husband or your ex-wife is a certain way, and you ain't saying nothing to the kid, you might as well run in them in there and tell them a bunch of lies and bullshit about them, because it's the same if you ain't doing nothing about it.
I agree
If you
with
ain't
you.
telling that kid, if you ain't telling
I
that
agree with
kid
you.
something, especially if that child is under 21, well, I don't care how old they are. If you not telling that child that you are deceived, and I'm gonna pray for you, and you not speaking life into that situation, you are just as guilty as if you were saying bad things to them. You are just as guilty. You might as well spit venom on them. If
Real
you're not
talk.
saying nothing, you're not speaking life in that situation,
Real talk.
and you're not making that, or not making. If you are the dominant parent, and they live with you, and you not change, and you not, especially after a month or two, I can see if y'all go through a little breakage. If it's been a year, whatever, you don't have. You are an abuser. You are an abuser, and you are part of the problem, and you are deceived also if you think that you're not. If you think that you're not, that it's okay for you to sit up in a house where your child does not speak to their mother or their father because they are deceived, and you know they are, and you won't speak life into that, you, my friend, are just as guilty. Let me say it again for the people in the back. If you are in a situation where your children do not speak to their father, and you know that it's behind a bunch of BS and it's all in their head, and you ain't making that situation better, you just, oh, have you talked to your dad? You ain't saying nothing. You are a part of the problem. If you are a father and you have custody of your kids, and you know that your kids got a bunch of misidentification on really who their mother is, and you ain't saying nothing, you, my friend, are part of the problem. You are
Absolutely.
toxic. You are you
Absolutely.
you are you are part of the curse. You are part of the devil's work, and you, my friend, need severe prayer and counseling, and you are a part of the problem. Do you understand that? And that ain't how I feel. That's a fact.
And you have to
And I
accept
said
it.
it, and I say it
If the
again.
shoe
And
fit,
you have to say, you have to look in the mirror and saying, why am I allowing this to happen? The kids are hurting. You don't think that kid want to talk to their dad or their mom? Of course they do. But you in the way. They so scared of hurting your abusive behind. You in the way. You let them believe that? Hey man, say bro, I'm done. That's just what it is, bro.
hey man,
And people say, "Oh, that sound like it's kind of personal." It is absolutely. Listen, I don't speak on nothing that I ain't already crossed T's and dotted I's on, my friends, my good listeners. I don't speak on shit I don't know about. Can you dig it?
I can dig
I
it.
don't speak on nothing if I don't
I can
know.
dig
If
it.
I don't know, you know what I'm gonna tell you? I don't
I don't
know.
know. And that's it.
I don't
And it ain't
know.
wrong with saying
That's
that.
it. That's it.
I don't know. I got it. I'm gonna research it. I don't know. It's okay to say I don't know. We don't know every damn thing, man. And that regardless, man. You know, this podcast, man, gives me therapy. I don't know what it gives to you, meaning the listeners. But I hope that by listening to these conversations. Yeah, we act a fool sometimes, man. That's what we do. But the underline of that acting a damn fool is some true information what's in that. You feel me? Uh, you should know, man, when we coming humble and when we coming real. And we gonna give you both, right? You just gotta listen, absorb the information, and take it from there. You know what I'm saying? We don't speak shit we don't know about. We don't. We don't. And most of the things we talk about here on I Am King is coming, man, off of something personal. Well, it's all personal because it don't have to necessarily be our situation. It could be situations of somebody we close to. You dig what I'm saying? Like my boy E-Dog. You feel me? We talk. We go through certain things. I know about a lot of things about this man. He know a lot of things about me. You feel me? That's the connection we have. So when I know that he's speaking upon some shit that I know that might be right and direct of his life situations, or it might be he might be speaking on some shit that is a part of my shit. Y'all will never know, but it's real though. These are real facts. These are real facts. Real talk. Real talk. So, on that note, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, having and listening. My dude had to step off. He had to go fuel up the big rig. But he give thanks to all y'all supporters, the love, and everything, man. We have to do better as a people. We have to do better as men. We have to do better as women. And most importantly, we have to do better as people and parents. So on that note, folk, peace out. Always. Thank you for rocking, man. I am King.
Hey, one love. Hey, one love, everybody.
There you
thanks
go.
for tuning in, man. And with me and my brother, man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate anybody who show love. For those of y'all who ain't listening, we appreciate you coming in. Friend or foe or whatever's more. You know, come listen to us, man. Come mess with us, man. We're going to have some visuals for y'all one day.
Leave
but
comments.
Right now, listen to it like an
leave
audio
comments,
book.
Good or bad. Don't matter.
Right.
Long as you giving them, we want to hear the perspective of people. You know what I'm saying? It's all respected. So on that note, people, man, stay humble. If you ain't humble, get humble. Peace and love. I'm
Peace.
out.